Alright, welcome to my video on how to play Ultimate Frisbee, a full game. So to start off with, each team should have an even amount of players. Now you can change this based on depending on how many players you've got and how big your field are, but maybe like 9 versus 9 or 10 versus 10 is a good amount. So I might just write 9v9 or 10v10, depending on what you've got, but the amount doesn't matter too much. Now the end zones are split up, so it's kind of like rugby. You might need to do cones if you're not playing on a basketball court. It might be better to play on grass actually because it's a bit bigger. And they're the end zones where you score. Okay, so zeros are going to shoot this way and X's are going to be shooting this way. You might get captains to do rock, paper, scissors, and the winning team that wins rock, paper, scissors might decide to either start with the disc or pick which end they go towards. So say the X's, they're going to start with the disc. So all of their team, we might just do, I don't know, 6 players to start off with, and all the O's start down this end. And what's called the pull or the throw. So one person from the X team will start with the disc and they'll try and throw it this way. Now, wherever it lands, if it goes out of bounds, the X team will have to take it from where it went out of bounds. Or if it lands on the ground here, one of these O's will run over and start with the disc, okay? So from there, wherever it goes, we're just going to pretend that it's gone here, okay, in this spot. So I'll just get my pencil, sorry. So one of the O's has picked it up here. These guys try and run forward, and obviously the O is trying to throw. So I instruct, if you're on a defensive team, you want them to pick up 1 player each, so playing a 1v1. Now, if there happens to be a throw from one of the O players and the disc is dropped or intercepted, even if it's dropped by an X player, okay, they get possession from where it is, and you score once someone catches it in their end zone. So say the O team are super successful, okay, and they move the disc and over here, and this person catches it, and they get another catch here, and then they throw it in the end zone and they score. Okay, we switch ends. So all the X's now, I might get rid of them, are going to switch sides. So the O team scored down their O team end, and we get to switch sides, which is really good because in Frisbee, especially if it's windy, it's really hard to score when you're going against the wind, especially if you've got students that haven't played this game too much. So now this changes. So the X's and O's are going to be at opposite ends. So now the O's are going to score here and the X's are going to score here. Now you might pick a different person. So an O person now is going to throw it down to all of the X's down this way, and wherever it lands, whether it goes out of bounds or wherever it goes, even if an X person drops it, they still get the disc and you start off again. Now, some extra rules as well when we're playing this game is if it goes out of bounds or they catch out of bounds, obviously it goes to the other team. You can't run with the disc. So if you catch it and take a couple of steps, that's fine. But you can't walk around or run with the disc. And if you do, that's a change in possession. Okay. There's also a 10-second rule. So if you're holding the disc, okay, and the defender comes over to you, they can count down from 10. So like I usually do like 10 cat and dog, 9 cat and dog, or they can count up. And if they take longer than 10 seconds, the possession changes from where the disc is. Okay. There's other turnovers. If the defensive team either catches it or just hits it on the ground and intercepts, they get the disc, even if they drop it. Okay. You can also have a turnover if someone just hands the disc. It's got to have some sort of throw. I usually say it's got to at least go, 3 meters to qualify as a catch. You can't just do little tiny throws, otherwise the defensive team can't do anything. Okay. And other fouls might include if there's contact. So if someone's reaching for another player while they're trying to catch and hits their arm, that might be a foul. And wherever the foul takes place, that other team gets a free pass. You can't double team someone, so it's got to be 1 versus 1. So if someone's got the disc and 2 people are trying to block them, okay, that is a foul or infraction, and those two players, kind of like netball, okay, have to stand on the side, okay, and it's called kind of like in netball where you have obstruction and they're out of the game until the person throws. If you're too close, so like netball as well, you've got to be at least 3 foot or a metre away. So if you're too close defending, you're also out of play. If opposing players catch it at the same time, okay, you just give it to whoever's closer, that's fine. And you can't sort of make shepherd. So if someone's blocking space or holding someone, that's also a free pass. So this game is generally umpired by themselves, but if you're umpiring it as a teacher as well, you can make a call. Or if you're not sure, I always like using rock, paper, scissors to sort out a call that you might not be sure of. Again, scoring is taking a catch in our end zone, and whoever scored, they have to throw the disc back to the other team as well. Substitution, so maybe you're doing 9 versus 9, but you have 2 or 3 subs, okay, happen when there's a score. So whoever scores, then you can do some subs after that. The playing dimensions, I usually make the end zones pretty big. I usually make this 10 meters and across probably 20 meters if I have enough room and I'm doing cones, or 20 steps and 10 steps. And then this is maybe dependent on the quality of game, but if you make it a little bit shorter, maybe like 20, I'd say 20 to 30 meters is a good place to start. Now, a cool thing at the end of Frisbee games is after everyone's played, and maybe you have a time limit and, or maybe it's first to a certain amount of points, I get both teams together in what's called a spirit circle. So Frisbee, because it's usually self-umpired, is very big on sportspersonship. So I might have an ex-player, and they sort of try to stand next to a person from the opposition team. And you might have captain. So if this is the O captain, they come at the end of the game and we throw the disc in the middle as well. And that captain might talk about some positive plays that their team made and positive plays that the other team made. And then maybe the ex-captain's here and they say something that the opposition team did well. And then we give 3 cheers. Oh, sorry. Bad writing. 3 cheers. I tried to spell cheers with a H first. 3 cheers for each team. And it's a really good way to finish the game and make sure both teams, even if they've failed to win, the winners and losers, I feel like they've had a good finish to the game, and it shows appreciation for other players. So that's a full game of Ultimate Frisbee. I hope you enjoy playing.